Okay, so here's our first problem for lesson 3. 4x plus 2 equals 3x plus 9. So let's talk about how we would set up the left side of our balance. So what would we use to set up our left side? Maggie? And you guys can set up as I'm setting up.
4 blue pawns and a dice with 2.
Okay, so we need 4 blue pawns, or 4 x's, and a 2 cube. And then what about our right side? Michael?
3 blue pawns and a 9.
So we have, sorry, is no one in the camera?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. We might have to move the desk later, next time. Okay, so we have 3x plus 9. Alright, I'm going to just give you a minute maybe or two to think about some of the strategies that you've used for lessons 1 and 2 in solving this equation to figure out what x is equal to. So go ahead and kind of problem solve, trial and error, see if you can come up with what x is equal to. If you know the answer, that's, you don't have to keep raising your hand. How many people think they know the answer? How many people, that's okay if you don't know the answer, because I'm going to make it easier for you. How many people would like to see an easy way to solve these problems? Some of you, I've noticed, are kind of already doing it. I know Mrs. Goomis said some things to you, but I'm not exactly sure even what she said. So I will make it a statement for everyone. I'm going to teach you the first legal move of hands-on equation. So would it make sense to you? We're always trying to keep the scale balanced, right? So if you have a blue pawn on your left side and a blue pawn on your right side, would it make sense to take one off of each side to still keep your, or would it still keep your scale balance? So I'm seeing yeses, I'm seeing no's. If you're taking an equal amount, would your scale be balanced still? Yeah. Okay, so our legal move is you can remove x's in this case, or blue pawns, from each side. So in this case I have 4 x's on my left side and 3 x's on my right side. So I can take, and you can go ahead and do this also, so I know I can remove 1 x from each side. Can I remove another pair of x's off of each side, 1 from each side? As long as you have the same amount on each side, you can. So I have another x from each side that I can remove, so go ahead and take that off. Can I do it again? Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and remove a third pair. So another x off of each side. Can I do it again?
No.
Why can't I do it again? Grace?
Because there's one blue pawn on the left side, but there's no blue pawns on the right side.
Exactly. So the other thing is, so you can only do it if you have the same amount. The other thing is you don't have to do it one pair at a time. You could, if you go back to how I originally set it up, you know that you have 3 over here and you have 4 over here. So how many can I take off then of each side, Nina?
3.
Yeah, so you can just take them off right away. So if you remove 3 x's from each side, now you're left with x plus 2 equals 9. Isn't this a lot easier to solve?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you should easily be able to see that x equals what?
7.
What? Right. So 7 plus 2 equals 9. So let's go ahead and plug back in. So you're going to go back to your original setup. This is how you're going to do your check every time. So your legal move was removing pawns from each side. In order to do your check, you have to go back to this setup, what you started with, in order to make sure that your x value is correct. So we said x equals what?
7.
So we're doing 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7, or 7 times 4 equals
28.
28, and then our 2. 28 plus 2 is
30.
30. And then on our right side, we have 7 plus 7 plus 7, or 7 times 3.
21.
21 plus 9 equals
30.
30. So I'm just going to write it to show you. So this is, you're not expected to do this yet. By the end of next week, you will actually write out these moves. But I'm just going to do it to get you in the habit so you can visualize what we did. So we took 3 x's off of each side, and then we were left with x plus 2 equals 9. So we figured out that x is equal to 7. And then for our check, you will be expected to do your check starting tonight. 7 times 4 we said was
28.
plus 2.
30.
Good. And then on our right side, we did 7 plus 7 plus 7, which is
21.
21 plus 9.
30.
So 30 equals 30. Check. Any questions on that legal move? So you can remove the same amount of pawns, in this case they're blue pawns, off of each side. Okay, let's do another one. So you can clear off your boards, or maps, or whatever you call them. Let me find the next problem. Okay, so our next problem we're setting up is 5x plus 2 equals 2x plus 14. Okay, so go ahead and set up your mat. What's our left side have on it? Ava?
5 blue pawns and a 2.
5 blue pawns and a 2 in our right side. Maggie?
2 blue pawns and a 10 and a 4.
Okay, so, and you can set up your 14 any way you want. It doesn't matter. So you could do 10 and 4. What's another way you could
do 1 and 4.
No, you can't do 1 and 4. Because
Like-
the value is the number facing on this cube. So the value of this cube is 10. Okay, so what's another way you can make 14? Tina?
7 plus 7.
So you could do your 2 7 cubes. So there's a variety of ways to do it. Okay, so looking at your scale, what's your legal move? What can you do in order to solve this problem? Danny?
Take off 2 blue pawns from each side.
Good, I'm going to take off 2 blue pawns from each side. So now I'm left with 3x plus 2 equals 14. So can you figure out what x is equal to? X is equal to what, Christian?
X is equal to 4.
X is equal to 4. Good, let's plug it back in and make sure that we're correct. So go back to your original setup, put your pawns back on your mat, and now we're checking. So we said x is equal to 4, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So 4 times 5 is 20 plus 2?
22.
22. And then on our right side, 4 plus 4?
8.
8 plus 14?
22.
22. So this is what this problem looks like. So you have 5 x's and a 2. I just shorten it when I write it just because it's easier for me to make 1 cube of 14 even though that doesn't exist. Okay, so we removed 2 blue pawns from each side. Then we were left with 3x plus 2 equals 14. So x is equal to 4. Then we plug back in. 4 times 5 we said was 20 plus 2.
22.
Good. And then we did 4 plus 4 plus 14. 22 equals 22. Any questions on that one? What do you guys think of the legal move? Easy, right?
Yeah.
Makes it a lot easier. Okay, let's do one more. Maybe we'll do 2. Alright. So you can clear off your mats. So here's our next problem. 2x plus x plus 4 equals 4x plus 1. This one's a little bit different than what we've seen. So how am I going to set up my left side? I'm going to start with what, Maggie?
3 blue pawns.
Right, so it says 2x, so I have my 2 x's plus another x, and then
4.
a 4. I know, I'll just leave it like this. I'll have to remember for tomorrow, or Monday. Okay, and then what about my right side? What do I need on my right side? Christian?
Four blue pawns and a dice of one.
Thank you. What? Oh, it's fine. It's okay. Okay, this is the most important part. All right, here we go. So, what's our legal move? Or you know what? You do it. Solve. Then tell me what x is equal to, and do your check. Do the check. So I should see you removing the pawns and then setting you back up your original setup. Okay, so who thinks they know what x is equal to? Charlie. Oh, don't tell me that. Tell me what the legal move is first.
You take off 3 from each side.
3 what?
Pawns.
3 blue pawns, or 3 x's from each side. So now my number, we've seen a lot of problems where the number, like the total is on this side, right? But it can be either side. Okay, so I'm trying to get to 4. So my left side equals 4, and on my right side, I have x plus 1. So x has to be what? Michael?
3.
3, good. Okay, so let's plug it back in to the original. Thank you. So we said x is equal to 3. So we have 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, or 3 times 4 is 12. Plus 4? 16. And then on my right side, 3 plus 3 plus 3 is?
9.
Did we do something wrong? Am I missing one? Oh yeah, I'm missing one.
No, you
It's
did it
opposite.
3 on that
No,
side
it's,
and 4 on
it's
that
opposite.
side.
Oh, thanks. I knew I had enough pawns. Okay, so let's fix that. Okay, so we have 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. So 3 times 3 is?
9.
Plus 4? 13. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, or 3 times 4?
12.
Plus 1?
13.
Perfect. So 13 equals 13. Any questions on that one? Maggie?
So when you're writing the check, instead of writing out each individual, like, number, or like x, could you just do like what x is equal to times the amount of blue pawns, or do you have to write out every single one?
So you would do like 3 times 3 plus 4 or
Yeah.
something? Is that? Yeah, that's fine. That's the same thing, exactly. Okay, so do you guys think you're ready for your homework? You can check.